I'm sitting in front of Twisted, Jamie Hara, Jack DelRio, Ryan Quinn, Brice Peeler. Yeah, Twisted, one of my favorite stores, man. And, you know, what do you think, Brice? Do you think I should keep this look? Okay. Should have kept the Clay Matthews look, but I was fucking fat and I thought I looked like a dump, man. And, yeah, guess what? Twisted is one of those guys' nicknames, and I'll tell you what, if I had a chance, I'd give Brice Peeler hands. And so we actually did that a little bit inside a cell, and then I knocked a Sack Maniac out. What's up, Taz? You know what? I still like you, man. And yeah, guess what, Jamie? I never turn my back on Brice, ever. He's my friend, man. And guess what? I'm back on the 2-week program with Dr. Herbakers. Oh yeah, you know, I'm paying 1 month, and then he said, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I said, I can only afford every month. He goes, I'll see you in 2 weeks. It's all good. And I'm like, oh my God, a prayer has been answered, man. And we had a long conversation about you, Jamie. You know, think about how bizarre that is, man. Me talking through all that fucking pain. And I just experienced Chinese foot torture, okay? It feels like torture, but it makes you feel oh so much better. And I guarantee that's how the Chinese came up with it. They were torturing motherfuckers, right? And afterwards, those same motherfuckers were like, damn, I feel better than I have in a long time and shit. Bam. That sweet, painful science that had you grunting in pain, okay? Had a tap. Yeah, not me. Stevie and Weedman, I can endure it. And see, there's a lot of people enduring fucking torturous pain all over the country, man. But the system is making billions off them. So they allow it, okay, to continue. They actually foster it. You know, there's a lot of medical publications that the stevia side, something or other, kills cancer, fucks it up, you know, and people are only using a teeny little bit. And the fact that fucking some people that I know out there actually take Norcos and chop them up and fucking snort them, but they won't snort stevia, you know, that's cool, man. Yeah, and Herb was saying, boy, that when he saw you, you was broke the fuck up, okay, from fighting, and he put you back together again. You told me that he was so good that you didn't have to get a surgery that you was gonna have that would have fucking ended how many fights, so it actually put money back in your pocket. And I'll tell you what, nigga, this is a fact. My son is going to be an absolute beast, Brice Peeler. Oh yeah, this is a fact, okay? Swear on it. Never once did I worry about sparring Mike Gonzalez or Jamie Hara, okay? Or, you know, about my head. No, you know, didn't trip, but I'll tell you what, I had to keep my eye on Ryan very closely at all times. The second week into it, after we went through a little, you know, tune-up period, okay, Scotty, like I did for you, he turned into a fucking beast, homeboy. And guess what? He's getting ground from a friend of his, and he's actually hitting 500 squats, man. And you know what? All these fools talking shit. Me doing 500 in less than, I did 520 in 24 minutes in this video. Okay, I got a petition to get a limited time so I can just bam. But I talked the entire way through it. There's not one Raider that could do that, Jack DelRio. As a matter of fact, Jack, here is a huge, legitimate business proposal to raise funds for the needy, kids that are starving, okay? People that are starving. It's like this. I put my life on it that not one Raider could take what Herb Akers just gave without tapping, and not one Raider could talk through it the entire time like I just did, okay? I put my life on it, okay? And see, in the United States, they won't allow you to do that, but there's other countries out there, they'll actually take that bet, okay? And we can just fucking do it right here, you know? We'll go in there, and Herb will do his thing, and you'll hear people, you know, and you'll hear me stoic, okay? Thinking this hurts, man, but with stevia and weed, it's actually bearable. And yeah, there's countries that would take that straight up, and I guess what? back, donate all the proceeds that the publicity behind that generates to kids that need it, homeless, hungry, okay? Use it as a tax write-off, you know? Everybody fucking puts a hand in and takes some for themselves, like a lot of you friends do, Jack. That's how they do it in the NFL. And straight up, Jack, this is a fact, okay? Do you remember when you shook my hand in the locker room at Coliseum? I remember what was going through my mind. I thought, you know what, you're good, man. I don't know if you're fast enough to play the outside in the NFL, but you're fucking good, okay? And I was thinking, you know what, I bet you I could beat your ass right now, okay? But I come up here, you know, learn for a year, and then take over your spot, homie. And I might be leaving early to the NFL. It's not like I didn't know what I had, Jack, okay? I had the speed to shut Alan Pinkett the fuck down, nigga, where he couldn't even hope to get open. Alondra Jefferson was talking all that shit, okay? But I ran step for step with you, my nigga. And guess what? I would say this to your face, okay? With a black 5-star general in the prison system right beside me, okay? He's my friend. And you know what? It's a fact. I had a black scout telling me, you know what? Yeah, your first round, potential high first round if you don't get hurt. But see, Jack, I got fired for making what I knew at the moment was one of the greatest stops in the history of Notre Dame football, nigga. You know, going through my mind, fuck that little motherfucker, okay? Trying to fucking sabotage me, order me to stay home and look for a sweep when that actually made the play. See, if I'm not ordered to stay home and look for a sweep, I'm fucking letting this nigga know that I'm coming, okay? And you know what? He's gonna wall me off, and you know what? They don't think that a white boy even has the fucking feet to jets to get to it anyways, but yeah, I wouldn't have made that play. But Holtz orders me to stay home and look for a sweep, and I know that if I fuck this up, I will never ever see the field at Notre Dame. So what I have to do is actually transfer to another school, even though I really don't want to, because you know what, I'm about done with football anyways, and you know, there's only so many fucking hours in the day, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, in fact, this fucking parking situation is cool. Yeah, so anyways, Jack DelRio, you remember what's going through your mind when you shook my hand? I bet you thought about me straight up after Russ lost his job and shit. And you know what? This is how that went down, Jack. I called up USC and I said, what the fuck's going on, man? It's like 6 weeks into the summer and I still don't have a fucking job. Everybody else that got recruited, they have theirs, but I'm sitting here, you know, pulling my fucking dick in rage to the point where if Russ Purnell, I'll tell you what, Jack DelRio, if Russ Purnell had come to my house at any time to make an apology, I'd already made a plan, homeboy. And I think I've said this before, but I was going to beat him, punch him to death, okay? It wouldn't take much from me, okay? Because I got really, really fast hands to one of the guys that was fucking clowning. Oh yeah, Dan Quinn is a fast hand. Oh yeah, I can land lead right hands from the outside on pros and pro fights, okay? Knocking Rick Fardell out in one fight, and then in fights that I'm fucking set up in, you know, the cold with Harry Gopal, I touch him with the lead right hand, and I knock Aaron Brink's mouthpiece out with a lead right hand. And Aaron is pussing out because he don't want no fucking piece of me, nigga, because none of his punches did a goddamn thing, homeboy. And that's the fucking truth. You know what? I was just getting warmed up. I was so fucking stoned, Jack DelRio. I had taken 3+ teaspoons of bomb fucking hash oil, okay? I mean bomb. The point where anybody else taking that shit, they're asleep, okay? And they're fucking out for like a day and a half, 2 days and shit. It fucks the entire weekend. On Stevie though, nigga, it fucking puts you into the zone, makes you feel good, okay? Makes you feel like you like it. I mean, it makes shit fun. It would reduce conflict around the world immediately. People wouldn't want to fight. They'd want to fucking help and fix things, you know? yeah, so that's when I have to start getting angry at whoever I fight, okay? And so that's how it's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to pretend that I'm angry, you know. No pretend I'm going to fight guys that I don't like Mike Gonzalez. Tell you what, Mike, you don't have the fucking power to stand with me. 5 minutes, nigga. That's all I need if you're just punching. Okay, I'll knock you the fuck out within 5 minutes. You know, you can grab a hand. You just can't take me to the ground. Go ahead and kick, dude. When you're kicking, nigga, I'm going to be attacking your head. I'm going to find it like I did. I'm going to put you out. And, yeah, so, Herb Akers every 2 weeks, Jamie Harr. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start running again. And I'm going to start sprinting. And then Jack DelRio. If I get really, really geed on weed and stevia at the same time, I'm so fucking fast that my nigga, okay, the 5-star general, he saw me run and he's like, God damn, white boy, I could take you down to the track and make money and shit. And so what I'm saying, if I get geed the fuck up, Jack DelRio, to the point where I'm spun like a fucking monkey, okay, that commentator saying that a Washington Redskin looked like a little monkey when he was running and shit. You got fired. The guys that didn't mention my name, they didn't get fired. But I'll tell you what, Jack DelRio, when I'm making money, I'm going to find them, okay, legally, and I'm going to use money, and I'm going to fuck them up legally, straight up, doing nothing wrong. And it's like this, Jack DelRio. Back then, I could have walked into the Raiders locker room, raised my hand, said, I'm back, you know what, I'm cool. If someone has a problem with me, let's handle it right now. I'm going to fuck you up. And guess what? I'm going to shut down everybody in this fucking locker room right now, man to man. A bump and run, nigga. I'll take the inside, get in your face, and then say, you know what? Run.